I was like, let me hurry up.
Hey, y'all, we are live today. Listen, this is a quick conversation. We ain't rehearsed, we did nothing. We just moved with God.
Hallelujah.
So that's pretty much what it is. So I don't even know if anybody is around. It is 12:21. Some people may be on lunch, some people may not, but this is the time we could squeeze in because we busy. And so Dr. Solomon is
Yes, I'm just sharing.
she in between her between appointments and teaching, and she do all of these things, but we're excited because on this Monday, April 11th, and what's so awesome is, you guys, I know I'm streaming to YouTube, Twitter, a couple of Facebook pages. I have put the link in the bio. On this Monday, April 11th, at 7 p.m., we are offering a closed class. It is closed because we are dealing with
Mm,
emotions. We
mm,
are
mm.
dealing with healing. We are not doing it on Facebook Live. I have to say all of this first because, again, when you're dealing with the innermost parts of yourself, you need a safe space to do that. It's the Healing Room series that the Lord has given me, called Face Off: Overcoming Self Sabotage and Fear. And when the Lord gave me the title, the woman of God's face came up, and I said, well, all right, then I'm going to slide in her inbox. And this is what we're going to deal with on Monday. So, again, we wanted to come live real quick to kind of give you guys a snippet of what we're going to be talking about, because I am telling you, I know there are people who are out there truly self-sabotaging themselves. They're dealing with fear, they're dealing with procrastination, they're dealing with disappointment, and I am on assignment with the good doctor. See, I told y'all I ain't no therapist or nothing, but I know God, and I bring he look, he's made experts for the things that we need. And so, Dr. Solomon, say hello to the people. Listen, whatever you can get out in this time.
Good afternoon. Oh my goodness. It's such an honor and a privilege to be on here with my sister, Dr. C, prophetess, Dr. Elder, every fivefold ministry gifting.
I'm not going to get you today, though, y'all. I'm
Nope,
not going
I'm
to get
getting
her.
it all in. I'm getting it all in. That was a side joke, y'all. We have fun because we're talking about some very, very heavy, heavy issues. So we are so ready. The Lord has really been dealing with me in regards to this area, in regards to self-sabotage, and some of our cognitive distortions we're going to talk about, and how they will actually take the realm of self-sabotaging, because really self sabotage is when your behaviors don't line up with your goals. That's basically it. Your behaviors don't line up with your goals. And sometimes we have to realize that our thoughts lead to our emotions, and our emotions lead to our actions or our behaviors. That's the T: thoughts, emotions, and actions. So, what happens when our behaviors or our actions don't align with our goals? There's something going on in our mind, in our thought
Ooh,
processing, or even in our emotional makeup, because people don't understand that there's also a difference between emotional health and mental health. And so we are going to really dig deep. We're not doing surface nothing. This is the face off, taking that face off, taking up
yes.
that frown that's behind that smile. And we're really
Mm-hmm.
going to dig deep, because a lot of us, we have surface healing. We don't
Sir.
go to the root of the matter. And that is a problem, Dr. C. That's
Yes,
a
it
problem.
is.
We don't get to that root, as my grandma saying. That's why everything we touch does not prosper, because we
It's
don't deal with the root issues, because how out of the heart flows
the
the issues
issues.
of life. And the issues are in our tissues, in our hands, in our feet, in our thoughts, in our mouth. And it really begins to create emotional septic system
Whew.
that begins to really, really impact and poison everything we do. Go ahead. We can.
Ooh, listen, y'all see how she just dropped them nuggets in 3 minutes? 3 minutes. Can you imagine? We are spending 2 full hours with you on this Monday at 7 p.m. Again, the link is in the bio. But I just want to be clear, because I have to say this stuff, because I know when people put profit in front of their name, y'all immediately think somebody trying to get your money. Let me be very clear. I make a very good salary. I'm a
Very good.
six-figure earner. I make good money already. So this isn't about me. This ain't about us making no money. The woman of God already has her own business. She's already an entrepreneur. She's already a professor. She's already, so this is not about us trying to get your money. It's about us getting to the root of the matter, because when the Lord gave it to me, there are a lot of, I'm going to speak specifically. Again, if you're a man, you're more than welcome to be here Monday, because you need healing too. Black men are dope. Y'all need healing too. However, when the Lord gave this to me, this is specifically for our Black and our brown women. We are in a time where we are tired. Let's be honest. COVID has only expanded the tiredness. We are mothers, we're wives, we're single mothers. We are running around. We still gotta work. We still gotta keep it together. We run in the church. We doing intercessory prayer. We doing all of these things, and we're wearing a mask that we're acting like we're happy and we're fulfilled, and we're not. When you really sit in it, my therapist, y'all know I talk to y'all all the time about me going to therapy. About 6 years ago, she asked me a question. She said, "Who is Sharon?"
Mm.
And when she asked me that question, I named all of the things that I do. I'm a mother, I'm a wife. She said, "No, I didn't ask you that. Who is Sharon?" Ask yourself, who am, and put your name in there. And I realized I was self-sabotaging myself because I didn't even have a clear understanding of my identity and what I really wanted. And
Mm-hmm.
therefore, the goals that I had made for myself were unrealistic because I made goals based on external factors and not what's in here, because I didn't want to deal what was in here. Go ahead, doctor.
You know what? When you said that, something really just popped up in my spirit. Now, listen, we're not going to be churchy on Monday, but we're
Yeah,
going
no, we ain't got time
to
for that.
the spiritual interconnectedness of this. A lot of us, and as Dr. C just said, she identified herself through the labels. Oftentimes, the reason why we do that, and this is not for Dr. C, it's for all of us, me too, is because oftentimes the little girl in us or the little boy in us is not healed. And so to be able to identify with that little girl who's been wounded, who's been neglected, and who has been rejected and betrayed, even through childhood wounds and self inflicted wounds, is too painful. So we create a whole different identity. And this is why it's so difficult for us to move forward, because we got to deal with that little girl who's crying and help her rest, help her go to sleep, so we could go ahead and become spiritually and emotionally mature. Because there's one thing to be spiritually mature, but as Pete Cesaro says, you cannot be spiritually mature and emotional immature. And so we have to deal with these levels and layers of who we are. And sometimes we got to go all the way back. So I'm telling y'all, we going all the way back on Monday. We unpeeling, we unpacking, we taking this face off to really, really see what is behind the smile. It's really a frown. And we are impeding our ability to be our best version of ourselves because we won't deal. If you do not deal, you cannot heal. That's the name of the book coming out, y'all.
Yeah.
But I had to walk through that journey. I had to go through that wall of emotional pain. And let me tell you, it will impact any type of relationship you try to have. Any type, on your job, in your life, any ship is not going to sail. Period.
I like
Until
that.
you do.
Any ship. Any ship.
Any ship. So we are looking forward to really, really going beyond, going behind, going beneath. And listen, it is fearful to deal with behind, beneath, above, around. But I'm telling you, once we journey through that wall of pain, once we deal with that shadow, because we all have a shadow.
Yep.
We all have that side of us that we don't want nobody to know about, but it's still implicating us on every level. And it will create a sense of shame and guilt within ourselves. And we're going to deal with that, because some of the shame and guilt we even have within ourselves is really because of what we believe about ourselves based upon what we were taught. And sometimes we weren't taught the right things.
Exactly. Oh, you hard-headed. You talk too much. I'm telling you, I can only talk about myself. I remember
Yes.
growing up, I was constantly told I talk too much. Now look, I'm talking to y'all.
Yeah,
I
me
was
too.
told that I speak the truth, I'm rude or whatever. Where I was just talking and speaking the truth. You know how long it took me to open my mouth because
Yeah.
it was embedded in me that I needed to shut up? And there
Mm-hmm.
are a lot of you women, especially that are out there who are dealing with things that you know God created you to have a business. Because you know I'm gonna make it surface level for you guys so y'all can really connect this. You know you're a businesswoman, you know you're an entrepreneur, but it seems like every time you get to a certain point, things are not working out. Every time you realize you need somebody, because the thing is, we were taught I could do it all by myself. I don't need nobody. When truth be told, what the Lord had dealt with me about and what I've learned in these seasons of my life is God created relationships.
That's
Let's
right.
be clear. But he gave us relationships to help us meet our goals. And a lot of you are trying to meet goals without having relationships. And that's why you're struggling. And you can't build relationships because you have issues with fear, rejection, abandonment. So every time you get
And
to a certain,
betrayal.
yeah, and betrayal.
Yes.
So every time you get to a certain level, like God wants to open this door for you, you need to start this business, or you're supposed to start this nonprofit, or you're supposed to do this in ministry, or something as simple as you're supposed to do X, Y, and Z with your own children, and you keep hitting stumbling blocks. And you're
Yes.
hitting those stumbling blocks because you're not dealing with that piece of you that says, I'm not worthy,
Yes.
or
Yes.
I'm not enough, or I can't do that. And
Yes.
therefore you start putting up these blockages of protection, because that's all it is defense mechanism of I don't want to feel that again.
Yes.
Come on, doctor, you go.
Yes. You got it. And when you said the blockage, oftentimes what is in betwixt and in between our purpose in our present situation is blockage. And a lot of the blockage is self-inflicted.
Mhm.
Self it's self-sabotaging because we don't really understand that there are different layers and level of dealing and healing that's need for us to even be prosperous, for
Yep.
us to even reach our goal, for us to even reach our purpose. We
Mhm.
know that God said that he has a plan for us. Okay, but we need to understand the plan too and then walk it out. The lepers, they weren't healed, they were healed as they went.
As they
So
went.
oftentimes we have to put in the effort and we have to go beyond our fear of failure. A lot of us
Woo.
have fear of failure because of our upbringing, because what we were told about ourselves, because of what happened in our childhood, what happened in our family, these generational behaviors we have actually observed and we begin to act them out unconsciously. And so we have to deal with these things because this is not just holding you up from emotional wellness, mental
Mhm.
wellness, but financial wellness. From
Exactly.
physical
Listen,
health.
listen, because y'all know I give it to y'all straight, no chaser. When you don't make the decision to heal, it is messing with your bag.
Yes,
Ask me how I know. Because
yes,
I grew up, I don't like women. They all make me sick, because I dealt with betrayal,
yes,
rejection, abandonment of me wanting these female relationships. But every time I
yes.
developed them, something happened. So, as
Mhm.
a defense mechanism, I said, you know what? I ain't dealing with no more women. I'm going to go to
Right.
dudes. But everything that the Lord has me building since this pandemic has been with women.
Mm,
Can you
mm,
imagine if I didn't
mhm.
go to therapy all them years, allow the Lord to process me and me deal with the root of my issue? I'd be sitting here broke.
Yes,
I'm just because y'all, I know we connect everything to the bag. I would be sitting here broke if
yes,
I didn't make a decision that I needed to get to the root of the matter. And I wanted, when you gave that nugget about the leopards, the Lord dropped this in my spirit or whatever, because the leopards went. But the thing is,
absolutely.
some of you, The Lord gave you instruction, and the instruction he said is go and don't look back. And the problem is some of you will go a little bit and then you look back. You don't have the faith because you don't believe that what you need is already inside of you.
Come
For
through, Lot's
you to
wife.
then do what God has already called and created you to do. So what happens is God says you're the lender and not the borrower, and you sitting around here like, who, me? You sure? You looking back, trying to figure out who, you know how it happens. Somebody point you out, you be like, who, you talking to me? That's what a lot of you are doing because you don't see yourself the way God sees you. And therefore, when God even speaks these things about you, or he tells you directly, you know what he told you. I ain't trying to be deep and wonderful. You know what he told you. You know what you're supposed to be doing. And you're sitting waiting for external validation for something that God already told you. And you still looking around talking about who he talking to.
And the reason why we look for external validation is because there's still that void that we're looking to be filled. That's that little girl. We're
Yep.
going to heal that. We're going to help you learn practical tools to heal that because we cannot go back in time. When you said that, you reminded me of Lot's wife and how she was told not to look back. And when she looked back, it was because there was grieving there. And some of us are grieving things, people, places, relationships. You know, we think about if my father grew up in the home with me, I would have been different. So you grieving something that you don't even know the outcome. But the thing about Lot's wife, and God revealed this to me, and I was talking to one of my girlfriends, my sister friends about it. When she turned around, we all know the story. She turned into salt. Mm-hmm. Look at, and salt is what we are, the salt of the earth, right? Mm-hmm. So look at all of that purpose that was handled, mishandled, wasted. Mm-hmm. Look at all that purpose. Mm-hmm. We're not trying to have anyone under the sound of our voices who's coming on Monday to allow your purpose to be wasted, to allow the plan of God to be wasted. Some of us have been mishandled. Yes, like Mephibosheth. We've been mishandled and we've been damaged, but there is healing. Is there no balm in Gilead? It's here. That's why this class should be packed.
Listen.
We're giving you what you need.
Yeah. And what I love about God is because, you know, I have people come to me all the time saying, you know what? I don't have money for therapy. I don't have insurance for therapy, you know, all this other stuff or whatever. And the Lord said to me, this is why the kingdom, I ain't talking about church, y'all. The kingdom is so important because as you come in, you should be able to get everything you need. Healing isn't just about spitting up on the altar and talking about, I'm not saying that that's not necessary, but healing is being able to get practical tools to make your life here on earth better. The old hymns always talk about, I'm gonna get my crown in glory, and when my day comes, I want to live my best life while I'm here on this earth. Yes. I want my crown. I want him to say good and good, thy faithful servant. But I want to live my best life while I'm here. I want to live kingdom while I can see it. Yes. I want to live that. And the problem is, and again, I gotta go back because you know this leopard thing or whatever. When the one came back and said thank you, the one came back and said thank you. Some of you need to go back to God and say, thank you for giving me this, and I will never mishandle what you've given me again.
Because in the woundedness, they thought it was a curse.
Yep.
That's the component of it. And some of the giftings God has given us, and I'm not even talking about spiritual giftings. Some of the giftings that God has given us, it is to bless you. It is to prosper you. It is to encourage you. But because of our woundedness, our inner me becomes the enemy, and we cannot see the blessing that God has stored up for us. And so I'm telling you, this masterclass, you don't want to miss it because it won't be able to be repeated. We may do it.
No, we can't. Yeah, no. Like y'all already know. Anybody who's been in any of my classes, I flow with God. So when God say do this, I know it's the season to do this. Again, I do it privately because people need a safe space. I have been on these Zooms because I don't know who's coming. And literally, I seen pastors, first ladies, apostles who say, I can't let them see that I need something. So I do it here because nobody will know I was here.
That's right.
And it's sad to be that way, but that's a time we live in. Like, and y'all know I'm what you call it, I'm not a pop culture phenomenon, but literally when you look at Will Smith, he did that in public. And so
Right.
now one bad decision, everybody ready to cancel him. Can you
Right.
imagine if someone of influence, because I'm not just talking about people with titles, someone, your influence,
Right.
if someone saw that you needed help overcoming self-sabotage, but you're still trying to do the work that God has created you to do, what people would start saying about you. I know, I understand it, because you don't want to be in a place where people can see your vulnerabilities. But I believe that is the reason why you need to be in Monday, because you can't no longer sit and try to hide the fact that there's some internal healing that you still need to do. And you don't have to do it publicly. Because see, that's the thing. You don't have to do it publicly. You ain't got to do no whole big long Facebook post about it, because we do that too. Let's just deal with the fact that God wants us whole and what that looks like for you. So
Yeah.
Monday, 7 p.m., we are going to be in the healing room. That's what he called it, the healing room. And again, you guys know, I know what I know through experience and through the power of the Holy Ghost. But that's why I bring in experts, because as the woman of God stated, although there's spiritual things, he gives us natural abilities. And the fact that she is a trained licensed clinical social worker, she not just talking this, because again, we got a lot of people running around. Y'all know I'm a coach, but a lot of people running around saying they coach and strategists and therapists, and they don't have no works. They don't have no fruit. They don't have no credentials. They just run around here telling y'all stuff. And because of that, they can't truly help you in the areas that may be deeper than surface. Let me say that again. They can't truly help you in the areas that may be deeper than surface. Anything else you guys say, doctor?
The only thing I'm going to say is we are going to open up rejection like never before. And you can see a positivity even in the negativity. God has been dealing with me in regards to that, because when we look at rejection, we think about the woundedness. But just think about Joseph. That's going to be my example. That's going to be my example. We're going to talk about abandonment. We're going to talk about betrayal, and how these three areas are really the foundation of us in our negative, irrational thinking. We're coming against cognitive distortions. We're coming against cognitive dissonance. We're coming against negative self-talk. We are coming against all of it. Oh, yeah, we're coming with the knowledge. See, it says that people perish because of the lack of knowledge. No. And we're going to give you practical skills and tips. So we're just not going to talk it out. We're going to help you walk this thing out. I am so confident, it's godly confident, that this masterclass will be life-changing. You never know what God is about to do. I'm telling you, there is healing out here. I'm so excited that God allowed me to team up with my sister, Dr. C. Oh, we coming for that tormenting spirit.
Yes.
We coming for those open portals. Oh, they're about to be sealed.
Yeah,
Jesus, and I need to calm down. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys.
I'm like, you see how we got to go up. And then
oh my God. I feel my tongue coming on, and I do not want to do this.
That's what I'm about to say. That's what I do almost. And I said, oh, let me calm down. See, y'all, listen. And what I love about this class is we're not just going to waddle in that. We're not going to talk about you being a victim and all that other stuff, because again, we have to make a decision to move forward
and be victorious, because there shall be glory after this. telling you.
And we are more than conquerors. We are
Yes.
royal priesthood. We are a chosen generation.
Yes.
Listen, you got to take that stuff into your spirit. You got to, I mean, we can't just be reciting it just to recite it. We literally are going to help you take it in and walk away free, because this is about freedom. This is about healing, because I am telling you, I have been there, going from laying on my therapist's couch week after week after week crying, to then seeing the transformation of me dealing.
Yes, I want to say something because I'm gonna forget, because we got to get off.
Go ahead.
What I'm hearing in the spirit, and I love this verse, is in Psalms 27, and this is what you're gonna leave on Monday feeling. I could have fainted. I should have fainted. I should have died. I should not have lived through this. Pain should have killed me. Emotions should have killed me. That sexual abuse should have killed me. That abandonment. I could have fainted. I should have fainted. But I believe to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. If that's not your story today, it will be at the end of our training on Monday.
Y'all, I ain't got nothing else to say. It's the word. The word is prophetic all by itself. So again, the link is in the bio. I look forward to seeing who's supposed to be in the room on Monday, because again, we are on assignment to get people healed so you can move forward. So I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Thank you so much, Doctor. We both got meetings at 1 o'clock. But we love you all.
Live. Share this live. Please, everyone, share this live. Say, listen to this. Come join me. It's time for us to heal. Love y'all.
Love you. Bye, guys.